Welcome, everybody. It's Crisis 169,
Coming to you live.
Power Spectrum Internet. I'm here, you're there. Now, if you know my channel, I try to be more opinionated with a lot of my stuff. I don't go online and do a lot of regurgitation of news. I don't go online and do a lot of, you know, I'm gonna put this in my thing. I go online, I read stuff, I watch stuff on YouTube, do stuff, I compile information. This topic today is about the invent of we are now in the ninth renaissance of the gaming generation, the ninth renaissance. And the other ones, the first one was Pong to Atari, that's one, and goes up from there to Nintendo, Sega Genesis is two, as well as three, because they kind of started in '88, but kind of carried over to the Nintendo. That was three. Sega Saturn and the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation were four. And I can go on forever. Five. Now we're up to nine. And the eight was the Nintendo Switch and the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. Seven was the Xbox base model with the PS4 base model. Now that being said, though, what is I'm talking about? Really, you have to go back, at least back to 2013, when the release of the Xbox One came out. The announcement. The Cluster F console that everybody said it was going to be a DRM machine. Total chaos broke out, rioting in the streets practically. Gamers got off their chairs and off their beds and marched in the streets and burned Microsoft in effigy. And then it recanted and said, hey, we're going to be like everybody else now, like Sony. Used games are allowed every year, every cheered. Now, 2015 came rolling around, and come to find out that, come to find out that, come to find out that the biggest sales for Microsoft and Sony were on digital distribution, or D&D. Yeah, digital distribution. Or D&D it's called. So, oh my God, I'm Dungeons and Dragons. No. I wasn't saying Dungeons and Dragons. I just want to simplify D&D with digital distribution. And I have to write the whole damn thing out. Because, I only have 100 characters I can use. And I'll take about half of them. So, I put D&D in there. But, understanding what you're going towards and going into is probably one of the ultimate things you can do for yourself and also for the community. Is understanding that, yes, I have a gaming rig here that has no disk drive. I had a disk drive to install a tax thing on here, but I used the digital code that came with digital code. Back about 5 years ago, it wouldn't came with digital code. It came with disk only. So, let's talk about 5 years ago. That's a long time ago. But technology, that's almost 20 years ago. Technology realm over time. Gaming rig that came out 6 months ago are already outdated. My rig I got built back in 2020. Yeah, before around 2020. Is outdated by most people's expectations. But the CPU is 5600X, the GPU is 2060, the RAM is Corsair 32 gigabytes, 16 times 2, 3600 hertz, by the way. So my rig is powerhouse for right now. But there's going to be something better coming along. And that's where I'm getting to digital distribution. is being the new toy, the shiny new toy that's coming out now. Okay, that's a shiny new toy that's coming out. If people want to play with, the consoles are still around. Okay, Stadia tried to prove that, on the last, it's part of the 7th gen, where Stadia came out in 7th gen, 8th gen, or on 8th gen, early around the 8th gen, late 8th gen actually, and try to tell itself as being playing where you want to, blah 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 blah. We can't find out what happened to that one. Stadia's dead in the water right now. They still one propeller spinning, but they're pretty much gone. Your Google's not going to spend any more money on them. I think so. They'll be pulling the plug here eventually on Stadia. And the videos become, what was Stadia? It was a game platform that didn't have a chance in hell of winning, of even getting started. So, topic, what was Stadia? What was the system? A concept didn't have a chance in hell getting off the ground. Stadia right there in that video. But Stadia came out with this guns ablazing. Well, we're going to have all this stuff, fingertip, blah, blah. We'll come to find out, though, the data centers, are not really great, internet providers. Come to find out. But I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. But Stadia was trying to be the next big thing, the new big toy. The consoles like, yeah. The consoles beat them in the ground and kind of pushed Stadia under the rug. The Xbox One X, I have one over there. Have a base PS4 down there, and I have a Switch. So to say that you don't need consoles anymore, kind of silly. But there'll become a time where consoles are going to go away. I believe the gaming rig, my gaming rig without the hard drive or disk drive, is a way of the future. You might see more Xboxes, S's. You might see more PS5 digitals or Sony digital, Xbox digital systems coming out soon. They'll be no bigger than probably this microphone or the controller I have in front of me or your cell phone you have on you. You just place it there and then you get a controller with it and the cell phone here. If Stadia was smart, they would allow my Samsung Galaxy A20 to play stupid Stadia games. Couldn't, unless look at that Google Pixel. It didn't sell very well anyway, so that probably dead soon. But can you imagine if I play Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Assassin's Creed whatever on this thing? I'm at work and in the break room. I'm playing a controller, playing it, streaming it without any problems at all. Can you imagine? It's kind of silly, isn't it? Not really, because the cell phone is just an additive. It's just a life necessity. 20 years ago, this thing, people laughed at people at Steve Jobs. He said he's going to create something that fit in their pocket. People thought he was crazy and lost his damn mind. Well, God rest his soul, he proved everybody wrong. This thing is it's your bank account, it's your lifeblood, it's your business, it's whatever it is, and even a gaming machine. So Stadia had a right concept of trying to take gaming everywhere. But where Stadia failed was in her inaccurate and the impractical use of it. Google Stadia website didn't have a search engine. And this is a problem with companies like this. Okay? Digital distribution is only as good as how much you put into it. If you are a Stadia and you put in no effort, put a search bar, and you're damn freaking Google for crying out loud, and you have a search engine, it kind of tells people you're not really 100% committed. You're not 100% committed on pushing this platform across the goal line for the big win. You're just there to be I'm here, to be the stopgap between whatever and whatever thing comes out that does better. And so now, instead of being the next big thing, you're just treated as the water boy, handing out water to the Amazon Luna that's suiting up and going on in the field. The Xbox X Series the PS5, the Switch OLED, that's pretty much just an updated Switch. But these things are selling. So Stadia has been relegated to the water boy. But without him doing Adam Sandler kicking ass on the field, he's just being throwing jock straps and hand people water. Being throwing dirty jock straps and washing them for the real players, real gamer play consoles on the field. And that's sad for Stadia because they could have been something. But backtracking farther than that, going to the 360 and PS3 era, you could download certain games. When they opened up the Games with Gold download, I told a friend of mine, and I realized this is going to be the start of something different for the Xbox and PlayStation. And Nintendo kind of got on after that with the Wii U when they finally really started buttering up to a lot of these companies and really understand, hey, we need more players on this field, right? So they started understanding what they needed. And when Nintendo got on board with download gaming, and even just games that were old, didn't matter. Once you did that kind of stuff, and once you actually took initiative to post your stuff online, to build your game library, to have online community clans like on Xbox 360, PS3 not so much, but 360 where the gaming communities exploded. Online play, online stuff. Realizing that games are going to be online. You can buy games online, download them to your hard drive, and play them off your hard drive. And tons of games got to go with Games to Gold. And Game Pass came out later on. The Xbox Game Pass came out years later, almost decade later, and it's been growing ever since. These things are chiseling away at the brick and mortar stores. And I told a friend of mine who understands too. He knows his job at GameStop is numbered. He knows at a certain day and time, the boss is going to go in there, get a pink slip, and out the door he's going to go. And they're going to shut down GameStop. They're going to liquidate all the assets they have, and they're just going to take the money. And then the rich executives, golden parachute, are going to bail out and float onto another company to destroy or just retire off an island, drinking fruity Berla drinks, and half-naked freaks. So that's the line from Con Air. Anyway, though. But the point being is this, though. You have to understand your market. And when COVID hit, people bought game consoles online. People are buying food online, going to the Walmart, have people put it in there and drive it off. Amazon started delivering food. Vila drones or catering services where they bring food to your door. I mean, that stuff hadn't been around since the milkman in the 40s, 50s. So they kind of bring it back because it's essential, but also it's easier and more profitable now than it was in that time. Back in the 80s and 90s, now I do what I want. I'm a my want generation. Now a generation of kids who want to be catered to and told what they can, what they want, instead of going out there and do it themselves, So there's kids out there, adults today, or kids actually too as well, who want to download games right away. And I'm the same way. I like having my Steam library, my Xbox Game Pass library is an issue. I'll talk about that here in a little bit, but some issues with the games I'm having. But the games are a problem. And fast forward it now. We're getting games lightning quick. Sometimes too fast. And sometimes, my next topic is getting games that are not 100% complete. Doom Eternal is probably one of the greatest games I've played outside Doom 2016. The problem is there is a bug in the game called the sticky bug, where I call it sticky bug. When you get stuck bug, when you're running around, right? You're running with Doom, you're Doom Eternal blast and stuff, and you get this hesitation, and almost like you're having to pull, almost like you're being stuck. That purple crap on the ground that you can't jump. It's like that, but it's actually you're on solid ground, and you can jump, but very loosely until you break away and start going again. Then sometimes it'll happen like this. It'll happen a couple times. You'll start going and start jerking, and you jump a little bit, then they start going. And the problem is, though, I'm playing story campaign. I'm being blasted from all sides by demons. I'm being killed because I can't really move around. Because Doom and Doom Eternal are very twitchy, clicky shooters. Where you gotta be cat-like reflexes and boom, 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 move, 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 move. But when you start sticking like that and you start gliding slowly, then you get speed again and you can't move. You try to dash and you literally get stuck in the middle of the dash going slow. Then you dash again or you jump halfway, you jump high again. It's like someone's holding you back or holding you down. So what I call the sticky bug. It's been going on for years. People have found out about this. I don't know. I played it on the Xbox. They had a problem at all on it. I played Doom on the PS4. No issues on that either. But it's weird. I'm gonna have to re-download the game, probably do it again, re-download it and try it again. I hate doing that because it's gonna take forever to download it. But I might have to do that just to see if it is, because I tried to play Halo Massive Collection, a Halo multiplayer, same issue. I felt like I was sticking, even though Halo you don't move very fast. But I felt like I was dragging something was dragging me, like I was dragging something along and it's going slow. So that's a problem there too. But this game's been out for a while. Is it coding or is it a multiplayer issue or is it a server issue? Who knows? But what game is not a server issue or multi-issue is Battlefield 2042. I know I'm talking about this, but I can't. The prime example of what happened when you run in Battlefront 2 happened when you rush games out in Halo Massive Collection. You rush games out to meet deadlines or anniversaries. Or capitalize on that sweet, sweet money. And you give the middle finger to everybody who bought your game before. Because every Battlefield game has been buggy one way or another. It doesn't matter. It's been buggy with the bugs because it's just a bad update, bad download, whatever. Since Battlefield 3, there's bugs all over the place. But usually those games work out pretty quickly. And an update patch later, you're good to go. Battlefield 2042 had DICE, EA strip out tons of gameplay, game modes, just to get the game to be bounced enough to play. And they're slowly adding crap in that's still having issues. Okay? And my gaming rig is built solid. My brother-in-law built me a solid rig. So when I changed different ports, and it's still the same thing. I play Grand Theft Auto 5 on Steam. No issues. No herky-jerky movements. So it's happening in the data code from Doom and Microsoft's Halo. So, and even Bethesda is now owned by Microsoft. The bugs that Bethesda has is now Microsoft's problem. It's now Microsoft bugs. And they better fix this so the gamers are not happy about having to pay all this money for these games that don't work. And Battlefield 2042 is Doom like Battlefield 2042? No. But it becomes hard to play when you're constantly sticking. When you're moving and you literally feel like you're almost being drugged down. Then you can go again. I tried everything. So I'm going to have to delete it and uninstall and re-download it again just to hopefully see if it fixes itself. Now, it could have been a bad update maybe. It could have been a bad patch maybe. Maybe the game got cut off during lightning storm and then it came back on again. Who knows? But it shouldn't be happening to two games, to two different genres. Both first-person shooters, but one Halo, one Doom. It shouldn't be that way. So that being said, though, with digital distribution, do we have this to look forward to? Constant bugs and issues and happy crap-ass games being made. If it is, this is going to be this is going to kill gaming off. People thought, oh my God, Mortal Kombat head out kill gaming off. It's gonna be half-ass lazy people, building half-ass lazy games for a quick nickel, for a quick buck. Instead of going in with the attitude of building this game ground up right, they want to do the slapstick comedy hour and build it half-ass for the least amount of effort and get the most amount of profits. This is why Diablo Eternal is down. It's sitting at a 0.2 or 3 Metacritic score, user score, because the game sucks. When you monetize games and you force players to play by your rules instead of giving them the chance for them to play by their own rules, you kill franchises. This could be the death nail for Diablo. And I'm not surprised if it is. If it is, I'm going to laugh. Because I never played Diablo, but I never got into it. But a lot of my friends do play it and they love it. And they're mad because Activision Blizzard is just ruining their fun games. And they won't stop. These companies won't stop and think, should we do this? No, go force us to do it. People at the damn talking meet and greet with Diablo's creators, like asking, "This is an early April Fool's joke," because they knew it was bullshit. And Diablo 3 was a good game. My friends telling me I never really got into Diablo, but Diablo Eternal is one of those games that's on PC now, free to play. I might try it eventually, but do you really want to? Do you want to rewatch the car crash that happened? Or do you want to take your word for it? Yeah, it's bad, and just move on to a different game? That's the kind of thing I have in my head. Should I stay or should I go right now? Should I go watch the car crash again, press play, and want to watch it for myself? Or should I take everybody's word for it? Yeah, it sucks. Because they have everything behind paywalls, and this is a problem too. They're nickel and dime people. Even games like Anthem and games like Battlefront 2, it came out. Microtransactions out the ass. People are having 4 or 5 platinum cards or the premium cards, just mowing us down, mercifully laughing at us because we didn't get good, or we didn't go out there and spend $200 on mommy's money to go buy a bunch of crap that's digital. See, this is a problem with when digital games, and even disc-based games with digital content. You're always going to have somebody who's going to keep bucking the system and screw you and buy it anyway, and not care that they're ruining it for everybody else out there. As long as their self-miserable existence is feel a little better about themselves, they go on living happier. Even though they're making everybody else kiss the same ass they're kissing, they don't care. And this is what digital distribution to me is doing. It's creating a lot of kowtowing gamers who just bend over the brown eye, spit on it, and let them go to town on it. And it's really sad. A lot of adult gamers, not teenage gamers, but a lot of adult gamers who are doing this. Because the kids and adults of this, I give a pass to, because their parents buy them an Xbox or a PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. It's what they have. They get a pass. They don't have any right to the money. Parents buy them and stuff to shut them up for Christmas, whatever. So they get a pass. It's adults out there talking to you guys out there who are bending over and allowing companies to do what they want with your brown eye because you don't care. Well, I got the money. I'll make it rain. Well, it's great and sweet. You can make it rain. Well, you can make it rain my way with some of that sweet cash you got. Because I can buy some more and just buy stupid crap on Battlefield 2042 or Battlefront or Diablo Eternal. I can buy some real world shit I need, stuff I need to get done, So, but people are like that. People will spend thousands, and then you're going to people spend $100,000 on Diablo Eternal to level up max level one character or one custom area. And people are working feverishly to prove everybody right, because they spend the money because they want to make sure that Activision, all the nickel they get their hands on, make it rain, baby. Because Activision has all the money, but need more money. Because need more cash flow. They ain't enough money. Even though they're being bought by Microsoft for $68 billion, it's still not enough money for them so they have nickel and dime, stupid people, and the adults. Like I said, the kids who have Xbox gift cards on Xbox or PC stuff on Activision, Blizzard.net, whatever they have, parents give it to them. They get a pass, whatever. The parents are spending themselves into debt. That's whatever. But I'm talking with adults out there who are knowingly doing this and laughing at the rest of us and fight. Well, you don't understand. Diablo's a great game franchise. I'm not saying it's not a game franchise, but bending over and taking it just because bend over and take it to me is not a not a feeble plan to do, especially when the gaming's right now, when the games like Battlefield 2042, Halo 5 Infinite, Halo Infinite, Halo Collection, Doom Eternal, games having trouble right now, issues right now, and you're sitting there spending more money just because you have it. And once you give it to the rest of us, we can use it to buy cars, you buy a house, finish something house when you're done, and you sit there in your miserable little mansion you live in, and not worry about it. Because then I'll use that money wisely. I won't burn it on crap on Diablo Eternal. That's for damn sure. But this is the world we live in. People will do it just to spite everybody. Like the Xbox fanboys who are spiting everybody. I want all this stuff. I want to keep all that DRM crap. The noise they make. The noises and faces they make. Because they're fighting for a piece of plastic. And to me, it makes me want to strangle people because it's like you are the bane of gaming existence. You're fighting for something that you know is bad, but you're going to bend over and take it because your masters tell you to. And it's really sad to me. The fanboy of PC, consoles, whatever, are the most dangerous people out there because they get going and they will not stop. And this is why digital distribution is good and bad in gaming today. Because it's good because you get games delivered to your house. If you have a mother that has COVID issues or you have COVID issues or whatever, immune system issues, you want to go in the store, maybe you're still kind of anxiety levels a little lower than it was, but you're still kind of going to the game store. I can see that. Whatever, you get a pass. It's on you. But you fanboys out there they're marching with the flag in a battlefield, running across the battlefield, getting shot at by the pretty much the people who are supplying you the game because they want you to spend all this money on crap that had nothing to do with it and cutting out parts of the game, calling you out Destiny. Now Bungie owns you guys. Hopefully Sony owns you guys. Hopefully Sony gets Bungie to slap them around a little bit to get them right. But that being said, though, what is the issue when it comes down to it? What is the issue with the digital distribution that I'm afraid of? It's what I mentioned. This is getting out of hand, games being halfway finished, not finished at all, Battlefield 2042 calling you out. Rush games, Halo Master Collection came out way long time ago, but it got fixed eventually, but it came out rushed. If you bought it and bought it D&D, digital distribution, God help you. But if you bought it, like I did on disc, you still had a cluster mess, but it wasn't as terrible as buying on digital. I heard digital for halftime didn't even load. It didn't even come on. It crashed a lot of systems, I've heard. So it's good and bad what you do. But every game, every Renaissance is going to have a bad and good experience. I'm all for people having good experiences. I'm all for people having best experiences to get their money to worth. It's like my brother always said, you go to the buffet to get your money's worth. You don't go there to eat a couple food and run out the door. You don't spend $12 or $7 on a light buffet. You go there and get your money's worth. Because you're there for family, your friends, or whatever, and you're eating. You're not going to sit there and eat a little food and run out the door real fast. That's not how you do it. But I'm not saying you sit there and gorge for hours either, no. But, you get a plate full, eat. That's what the digital distribution should be. Should we get our plate full and be able to enjoy the games we purchase online? I know Adam Carrick is against distribution, but buddy, I think it's coming to an end for your collecting games eventually. Because eventually games are coming mostly online anyway. And that's why I'm predicting in the next 5 years or so, probably in 5 years, you might see Microsoft, Nintendo, or Sony start releasing desktop boxes that have a controller and no port for physical media. Now, it might be an optional add-on you can buy maybe for that, but I guarantee in 5 years, maybe less than that, I'm saying 5 years, you're going to see that eventually. Now, it may be only announced in 5 years, it may not come out in 20 years, but once the ball starts rolling, when they put that truck in gear, it's a matter of time before the physical games of GameStop and stuff like that, and Best Buy and Walmart and used games become a thing of the past. So if you guys out there who are thinking that the games are going to be forever, games not be forever, you might see it 2 years, maybe 5. The maximum 5 years. GameStop may have 2 years left until they're finally put on chop block and gone, because they can't sustain the level that Amazon and places are doing like that, and also doing D&D is doing, like, Sony can sell their games on on PC and make a lot more money. Instead of going to GameStop, they can go on PC and do Spider-Man, coming in August, by the way, and Microsoft can do games too on PC, and Game Pass on PC. They fix that better off, and do stuff like that where all they gotta do is just bang them out and hopefully make them work and make them finished, and not have all this crap they gotta deal with. So I say again, this is Crisis 169 saying peace, love. It's 1:15 in the morning, Monday morning. I gotta go to work later tonight. So peace, love. My game tag Crisis 169 on the Xbox app. On Steam, it's Crisis 1691 on Steam. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everybody.